What is up, my shred heads? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a live Q&A with Ariel Rider. My name is Shreddie.
I'm Arda. Hey.
All right, so could you tell us who you are, Arda? What do you do?
Yeah, so I work for Ariel Rider. So I'm one of the founders. Me and my brother, we found this company. So we make the bikes, Ariel Rider Bikes.
Awesome. And I'm going to be asking, so I'm going to tell you guys what we're going to be doing on this live. I'm going to be asking 11 questions. Then after that, if I didn't hit on any points or anything that you guys wanted to ask, feel free to ask them in the comments and we'll go through all the comments and make sure we try to answer everything we can. So what's up, Chai Toes, Mr. Central Driver? How you doing? What's up, Easyheimer? How's it going, brother? Hope you guys are all having a good week. As you, Arda, how's your week going?
It's busy. It's still busy time for us. But it's good busy. So I cannot really complain.
Can't complain if you're busy. All right, so yeah, let's get started on some of these questions. And again, if I didn't hit on any points you guys wanted to hit on, make sure to ask them in the comments once we're done asking these questions. So the first question is, Arda, what got you started in the e-bike industry?
I mean, this is a very easy question for me because I've always been a cyclist. Like I love cycling, and I have always been fascinated by the electric vehicles. So it just made sense to merge both of the passions together. And by education, I'm an electronics engineer. My brother is an industrial engineer. So for us to work together, it was a great way for us to work together as an electric bike in terms of a product. It was a perfect product for us to do something together as well.
That's really cool. It's like family owned and operated then.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
I manage the after sales and marketing, and my brother is very active. He's the research and development and manufacturing quality control. So we take turns like that.
Oh, that's awesome. Does he live here in the States, your brother?
No, he's in China.
Oh, he's in China. That's really cool. That's awesome. So you get to visit China quite often?
Yeah, so I used to live there as well. That's where we started this whole electric bike journey. After a while, I said, you know what, I need to be at the customer side of the things. So I'm living in China right now. So he stayed there and I'm here.
Oh, wow. That's super cool. That's awesome. Yeah. All right. So here's the next question. What was the very first e-bike that you rode?
So again, it was a very random bike in China. So I don't even remember the brand name. It was more of a utilitarian bike, more of a like moped, but still like a bicycle with pedals. And that's where, I had the light going on and I said, you know what, this is going to be a thing. Like this is definitely going to take off. But I'm talking about 15 years ago. So when we first introduced electric bikes to the rest of the world, people were just thinking, oh, so for old people who cannot ride a bicycle, this is a great product. And, it took a while for the mentality to change.
Yeah. That's what I used to think too back in the days. And I used to think, man, those things are so expensive, or they're for older people, but no, they're for everybody.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so here's another question. What is your favorite bike in the Ariel Rider lineup? What's your number one most favorite bike to ride, the most fun that you have?
Like asking a parent who's your favorite kid. Like that, I hate this question so much. But I definitely, obviously, like all of the models have their advantages. For example, the Ideal is definitely one of my favorites because it's such a good commuter. It's a very solid built bike and for a very affordable price. So that's why I love that. But for example, X-Class, it is also one of my favorites because it's a head turner. It has great power to it. Like the design is incredible. And then you have Grizzly, right? Behind you have Grizzly. Yeah. There's nothing in the market that matches the torque of that bike. It's just, you just twist the throttle and there's no way that you cannot smile. You have to smile when you're doing that. So this is a very difficult and loaded question for me. So it's difficult to answer.
Right. Yeah. Like, have you gotten the chance to ride the Grizzly in sand yet or at the beach?
Oh, yes, I did. Like I did. Obviously, I do all those kind of tests. It is not very easy. You have to like clean sand from your pants afterwards, but it is fun. It's definitely fun.
It definitely has a great power and can definitely pull you. It actually feels like it's pushing and pulling you through the sand.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I love riding the Grizzly and the D-Class in snow. Like that's my favorite, to be honest, because even if you fall from the bike in the snow, nothing happens because you're on the soft surface. So that's where I think the all-wheel drive bikes are actually shine.
Right. Oh, guys, before we do get started on the next question, if you guys do want to check out Ariel Rider, check out that link down below I posted down there. If you guys want to save $50, make sure you use code Shreddie. We save you $50 there. I like that answer, though. It was a good answer.
Thanks.
So how are you guys dealing with the shipping container problems and the price hikes? Are you guys seeing price hikes with the shipping containers? And is that
how we're dealing with that is with lots of whiskey, first of all. That helps usually with the situation. So honestly, we've been trying our best not to increase our prices this year. But like around the mid of this year, around July, it came to a point where it is ridiculous. People don't really grasp what is going on. The container price, international shipping prices, has increased more than 10 times since COVID, more than 10 times. So we haven't increased our prices, but up until July, we were okay with it. But July, at that point, we're like, you know what? We cannot afford not to increase it. So in July, sadly, we have to increase our prices. On top of that, the inland transportation and like shipping the bikes to the consumers, these prices doubled, quadrupled as well. And it's not about the price as well. Like when you're trying to find containers nowadays, even if you paid all of the money, you cannot find a container easily because there's a shortage of containers as well. So it is a very interesting and it is a very interesting time to do international shipping. And I wish the best for everyone who is doing this because it's very difficult nowadays, to be honest.
Yeah, it's getting harder, and especially even when it gets here into America, some of those ports are backed up, and it's hard to get your shipping containers out of there. So
yeah, so let me put it this way. Nowadays, normally it took us like 3 to 5 days after a ship arrives. In 3 to 5 days, we were able to pull a container and then bring it to the warehouse. Nowadays, the earliest we can usually do it is within 5 weeks.
Oh, wow.
And you don't even know, like they don't give you a date, so you don't even know. Like a day before, they just say like, come and pull your container. You cannot find a truck to get your container pulled because the trucks are also you cannot find, they're also busy. And then you go to the port to pull it, and they say like, oh, it's in the restricted area, you cannot pull it today. So it is, they're all very overloaded. So I'm not trying to play the blame game, but it's a very difficult time to definitely do it. But
it's happening everywhere.
Oh, everywhere. Yeah, it is the same, especially on the West Coast, and all of the ports are like this now.
Yeah. And do you feel like if people want an Ariel Rider for Christmas, they should get it right now before, if anything gets worse, like possibly
yes.
in China? Yeah.
So, I mean, we obviously produce according to that, assuming that the shipping times will be longer. So we produce our products according to that. And hopefully by Christmas, we will be able to ship most of the products out. But then again, you still have the inland transportation delays. So there's not much I can do on that one. But if they say, if I want to buy a bike for Christmas, I would definitely recommend them to place their orders nowadays.
Get it today, right now. While you guys are watching, make sure to get on that link.
Exactly.
That bike for yourself, for your girlfriend, for your boyfriend, husband, wife. All right, this is the next question. We're at number 6, so we're going to 11, and then you guys get to answer your questions. So number 6 is, are you guys working on any newer bike models yet? Like maybe a electric motorcycle or electric jet ski?
Jet ski, no. I can say definitely no. That one I can share. So there's not a time that we do not work on a new model. So truth be told. Obviously, I'm not allowed to share it, but I can just say that next season we are going to be releasing a few new models, not upgrades, completely new lineups.
Any inspirations to those models?
Nothing. You cannot take anything from me now. No information for now.
All right. So here's another thing. What's your favorite thing about working in the e-bike industry?
So the reason why we actually started this business, like when I say me and my brother, is one of the reasons was getting people to be more active, because our dad was, he was overweight and not very active, and my brother was the same as well. So the whole motivation behind it was getting people to be more active without intimidating them, because going to a gym for a larger person can be intimidating at times. So I think that part is the most rewarding part because I get to see people being more active, older people being more active, younger people using these bikes to make money. They do like deliveries and stuff, and they pay for their college tuition. And we get lots of emails like this, and that's where
Yeah.
you like, okay, I'm doing something good. And we have a ton of like owners groups online. I try to be as active as possible in those groups. So it is fascinating to me to see where people ride these bikes and like how how their experience is. So that part is, I think, one of the best parts. And it's also the whole transportation mode mentality is changing. So seeing that is very rewarding, I think.
Right, it's awesome. And then the fact that you have people modding your bikes, kind of
Oh,
making them theirs and everything. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, to a certain extent. Like some of them are, I know that some of them are a little bit dangerous. So if I
Yeah,
see
oh
one,
yeah.
I definitely like, I definitely say like that looks great, but please be careful because essentially I want first of all, that's the issue. Please always wear your helmet. To everyone who's watching, please always wear your helmet. It saves
Yep,
lives.
definitely, definitely. I've been in a crazy e-bike accident, and luckily I have my helmet on.
I mean, it's not fun. No one loves wearing a helmet. Truth be told, no one loves. But I've seen what can happen since I'm in the industry. What are the things that can happen? So it's not worth the risk, to be honest.
Mm-mm. Not at all, totally. And then what you were saying earlier, how it does, like, I live in a community where it's like older people around here,
Yeah,
but I've been seeing so many more older people riding bikes, and they always stop me on my Ariel Rider or my Grizzly to ask me about it. And then they're like on an e-bike, like a foldable e-bike, but then they're
yeah,
like, my knees went bad years ago, and I haven't ridden a bike until I saw an e-bike, and now
exactly.
I'm back riding bicycles. Like, it's always awesome hearing that.
And then there's one more advantage of it. I want to add that as well. There was a research about this. So essentially, people using bikes helps local businesses a lot because when you're commuting, if you're commuting in a car, you don't stop and see what shops are around. But when you're on a bike and commuting, you get to see what are the local shops. And if you want to stop, you just put your bike right there. You don't need to find a parking spot. So it actually helps local businesses a lot for people to use bikes and electric bikes as well.
Oh, I've never thought about it that way. That's awesome. That's really cool. All right, here's probably a crazy question that everybody always has different opinions on. Do you think e-bikes should be regulated, and why?
The answer is absolutely yes. 100% yes. I do think that they have to be even more strictly regulated. The reason is, sadly, not everyone is as responsible, as you know. And if you want everyone to be safe, if you want everyone to be riding safely on the roads, on the bike paths, excuse me, and all, we have to regulate it to a certain extent. In private property, do whatever you want. Go for 50 miles per hour by all means if you want to. But on the roads where there's public, where there are kids, we have to regulate it even more stricter than it is nowadays, to be honest.
Right. I totally agree.
Probably
Yeah,
people are
people
not
are.
gonna like that answer from me, but for the safety of the general public, we have to.
Yeah, not everybody's is a perfect saint. There's some people that like to do wheelies on sidewalks and
Yeah.
run people
Sadly,
over.
I'm very aware of it. Sadly, and you'll be surprised how like some of the people who are like at their 60s and 70s trying wheelies on the streets, and things go bad, and then they call us back, and I'm like, well, you're not supposed to do that on the road anyway.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, here goes. We're at number 9 now, guys. So we're getting closer. We'll be able to answer your questions here. I know there's a lot of questions I got to scroll by. Do you guys plan on adding new accessories to the shop, and what are they?
Yes, absolutely. So you can expect new longer saddles, new saddle options. You can expect new rear rack options. Saddle height increaser. So we are, essentially when you're using the banana seat, you cannot adjust the height. So those kind of accessories to make them fit to more people's lifestyles and needs, you will
Right.
definitely see a few new lineups of accessory within the next few months.
Well, that's awesome. I can't wait to see what you got in store
Yeah.
there. That's awesome. All right, where are we at? Number 10. Where do you see Ariel Rider in the future? What is the
So,
future?
yeah, exactly. But I mean, people who has been following us throughout this journey for 10 years or 11 years, they know that we always made niche products. Like we haven't made like very, generic products. We always made niche products. So you can always expect something new. Like we were the first ones who actually introduced stoplights, brake lights to the electric bikes back in the day, 10 years ago. We were the ones who did the all-wheel drive fat tires, all-wheel drive full suspension fat drives. So you can always expect some sort of an innovation and something new, definitely from us. But essentially, in the bigger picture, our goal is to get more people on electric bikes. You cannot expect that with just one style of fat tire bike. So
Right.
you can definitely expect different lines coming up to fit more people's lifestyles.
That's awesome. I can't wait to see all this.
Yeah.
Number 11. This, I know a lot of you guys have been asking this one. What models are in stock and ready to ship?
So the Radial model and the X-Class 48 volts are in stock and ready to be shipped.
Awesome.
The X52 models are going to be shipped in second half of November. So if you place an order right now, the dates are on the website. But if you place an order in November, we will have them late November. We will have them in stock for shipping right away.
Awesome. All right, now we're going to answer some questions in the chat. Can you see the chat at all, Arda?
Let me see one sec.
If you'd like to pick one to answer.
Oh, nice. I didn't even see that there were comments.
Yeah, there's a lot of people were talking.
There is a lot. You're probably reading them, so just let me know which ones I should go for it.
Oh, here we go. Anaconda just asked, and thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. I ordered 2 Grizzlies to use them here in Hawaii. Wow, that's so cool. Do I get a shipping notice from the boat or wait for the final shipping notice from UPS?
You get the shipping notice directly from when it leaves our warehouse. You get the shipping notice so that you can actually get the track and you can track it online.
Oh, that's a good question. Will you void your warranty for riding in the snow?
I mean, depends what you're gonna do in the snow. Like, and how are you riding it? No,
Right.
no, definitely not. But I always tell one thing: snowy conditions, especially on the roads. There's lots of salt on the road. So after you ride it, make sure you actually clean your drivetrain, your chain, all of those parts, because they will get affected by salt very easily. So as long as you clean them up properly, there shouldn't be any problems.
Awesome. Here's a funny question. Will the Grizzly ever come in other colors, triple matte black or a new version, 22, like the John Doe, like John Doe said?
I'm not allowed to answer to this question. Next.
Next question. Next question. All right, Ariel Rider pushes the envelope and sells bikes that exceeds the legal expectations in the United States. Why not go all out on something competitive with the Onyx market? Although, when it's unlocked, that means it's off-road mode. I know that.
So that's a very gray area, and I'm glad they asked this question. Thank you, first of all. The bikes actually come with 20 mile per hour speed limiters, so they are actually legal. You are allowed to use it. You can release this speed limiter on your bike, but on a private property. So always check your local laws and regulations on because it changes from state to state. To make sure that you comply with it, it is best for all of us so that they don't ban electric bikes from the roads.
Totally. When shipping the Grizzly to Canada, is there any restricted settings or changes to the bike to get it across the border? Are they limited to 15 miles an hour there?
No, the 28 kilometers per hour, so 20 miles per hour is a limit, and the limiter actually also limits the wattage of the motor as well. So when it's passing the border, your bike is electronically limited to 500 watts and 20 miles per hour. You can again change this speed limiter in a private property however you want to, but on the roads it has to comply with the laws.
And Drumwaldo, he's just giving you props on. He said the shipping the bikes in boxes with TVs pictured on them is brilliant. Kudos to genius business practice.
I mean, it was a great practice, but you'd be surprised. Like for example, Grizzly box is 136 pounds, and we do see boxes that were thrown around. I'm like, how does a person throw around a box which is 136 pounds? Like, how big are you?
Right. Oh, any details on? Are you guys doing any Black Friday sales?
Yes,
Christmas is
definitely. I
around
mean,
the corner.
we definitely have a Black Friday sale. Cannot share much, but every year we do. Like in every other
Awesome.
business, it's definitely gonna happen.
Tips on what should be done to a brand new bike to avoid issues. How to puncture proof the tires. Do you guys offer
So we
liners or
don't
any?
we don't offer liners because right now it is very difficult to source them. But I
Okay.
definitely recommend people to use liners, or even if you don't have access to a liner, you can just use slime. That would actually prevent it to a certain extent, and they're very cheap and easy to find it. What was the beginning of the question? There wasn't something else that I wanted to answer
Oh, I think I
there.
went past it.
Let's see.
The Canada? No. Was it after that? When's the shipping?
Puncture tire liners. Oh, what you need to do for a brand new bike. So this is essentially we're direct to consumer, but not all of our consumers are actually very either they cannot be. I cannot expect everyone to be mechanically inclined. I cannot expect everyone to know bicycle mechanics. So I definitely always recommend, even if you assemble it, take it to a shop for a tune-up, because there can be something that you miss. It's for your own safety. Just get it tuned up once, and then after 100 miles, you need to get it tuned up again. In between 50 to 100 miles, that's the initial break-in period. During this initial break-in period, things will get loose, like your spokes, your chain, things can get loose. So those two tune-ups are very important when you first assemble it, and after the initial break-in period, please go ahead and do them.
Always checking nuts, guys.
Yep.
Oh man, what was that question? So if somebody ordered a Grizzly today, would they get it this year or would they get it in 2022?
Right now, the Grizzly shipping date is, I believe it's the December 20th. The next batch is available, and it is on track right now, but who knows? This year has been, I
It's
mean,
been crazy.
we put enough buffer there. Like we always put enough buffer there, but this year has not stopped to shock us. So I don't know. But the plan is, yes, this year you should be receiving it by the end of the year.
Awesome. Just looking through the comments. Oh, let me know if you guys are still having any frame or lag issues.
What
Do you
issues?
feel yeah, they said there might be a little delays or something, but I'm not seeing it on my end.
Okay.
Do you feel better with UPS over FedEx?
Yes and no. I definitely do feel better because I think they are more reliable. On FedEx, we had bigger issues, and we had to cut ties at the end of the day. But I do not like the fact that UPS is more expensive than FedEx, so that's a no. So there's but definitely in the long run, UPS is, even if it's more expensive for us, it's better because people get their bikes without delays. FedEx was rerouting most of the packages. They were sending us bikes back with the labels on them still, saying the label cannot be read, and I'm like, the label is right there.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I'm not blaming them because no one was actually ready for this kind of an increase in e-commerce, like in the shipping world. So not FedEx, not UPS, no one was prepared for it. They cannot handle it. So it is a very interesting time to do business, especially if you're doing online right now.
Here's a good question. When you said next season for some new models, will come
Next
out?
spring,
Were you referring to next winter season?
spring. I'm referring to spring, next spring.
Okay, that's awesome. Next year, will they go 100 miles an hour?
Yeah, I can tell you that it's not gonna happen. That's not safe.
John Carroll says, "Can't wait for my Grizzly to eat all the Swagtrons in my area."
Great.
All right, thank you. No lag issues in Michigan. Thanks, Paltima. Oh, hold on. This one, when Ariel Rider first started out, how much working capital did they start off with?
That's an interesting question. I will kindly refuse to answer to that one. Let me put it this way: we are self-funded. We never got an investment, and we prefer to keep it in the family, in between my brother and I. And we don't want to grow exponentially where we cannot manage it. So we're just building bikes as we make money.
Are these legal? Are these legal on rail trails, and can they be pedaled comfortably like a bike, or are they too low for this? I get rail trails are kind of like what we have here, right? Just like bike trails. Yeah, as long as you're following the rules around here.
Yeah, as long as you're using it as it's shipped with a 20 miles per hour legal limit, you're fine to use it wherever. But some states do not allow e-bikes on the bike trails, so I would definitely check that one, David.
Awesome. Oh, it scrolled to the bottom. Let me know if you see any questions. Just feel free to ask him or answer him. Are there mid drives in the future?
With the mid drives, it's an interesting question. The mid drives right now, the sourcing of the mid drives is very difficult due to the global shortage of chips. So that's why we stopped the production of C-Class and M-Class this year. We don't know when it's going to resume. It all depends on the chip shortage in the world. So we'll see, sadly.
Any new colors coming out?
Yes, definitely. You can expect new colors on all models. Let me put it that way.
This is a good question. Waterproof. These are for the people that get stuck in the rain. How waterproof is the whole bike? Have had any issues in the rain?
We're essentially in Seattle, so we have to make them water resistant. I always say this to our riders: as long as you do not submerge the bike in water, you're good in rains, and you should be fine, completely fine. And after you ride it in the rain, just make sure to clean up the drivetrain, and you're good.
Right. And if you guys do ride them on the beach like I do, I like riding them like on the hard packed sand. Always wash that salty water off your bike because that will rust it in no time. Yeah, exactly. Ceramic Kevlar.
This is Ryan. I want to address to Ryan's question saying he's waiting for a refund. Ryan, please, I don't know your last name, so I cannot check it, but everything has been issued out. So if you have not received it, please just send us an email so that the team can check it and get back to you right away. What else?
Do you guys plan on adding any kind of anti-theft
I was just reading
GPS trackers or anything? Yeah.
No, I was just reading that comment. So yes and no. So we wanted to do it at some point, but there are lots of add-on aftermarket products that you can add on your bike. Our goal has always been keeping the bikes a little bit more on the affordable side. The more add-ons you put on the bikes, the more expensive it'll get. I would rather spend that money on the test device that we're going to spend on a better, let's say, brake, on a better something. So it becomes the priorities. We try to give the bike with all the bells and whistles that you would need, the best quality possible, but not with these like extra accessories.
Here's a good question. When riding on private property, how fast can the V2 Grizzly go?
How much you weigh? I'm gonna ask Gregory.
Right. That always.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, on electric bikes, your weight, the road conditions, how full your battery, these all affect your speed. But let me put it this way: you can easily go 30, 35, 36 on the Grizzly when this unlocked. Let's see. So someone is asking, will the new 2020 models have a pre-order discounts like Grizzly had? We are not planning on it for now, but Black Friday is a big event for us, so I would definitely look into that. Gregory answered. Gregory, then you can definitely easily hit 35, 36 without any issues, even your batteries are not full.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
He mentioned his weight, so that I have to answer to that.
Yeah, I can't wait to test that thing out. Everybody keeps hitting me up. When are you getting the new Grizzly?
Soon, I'll send you one soon. With new models coming
uh,
next year, will old models like X48 D-Class go away? If yes, how long the owners can expect? No, the old models are not going away. Even if we discontinue a model, even if that happens, we keep the parts in stock for 3 years after that. So you should be able to find all of the parts at us. After that 3 years, most of the parts that we use are easily found in the market. So that's the reason why we use brand name parts and easily accessible parts. So even if you cannot buy it from us, you should be able to find equivalents of them in the market.
That's a good question. If would you guys ever plan on adding like a key start on the bikes?
For the bikes. No, so we had essentially we had that in the way back in the day in our first N class, which is we don't produce anymore, and people did not enjoy it. It's funny enough, people did not like it, so that's something that we.
Okay.
I thought it made a lot of sense, but the consumers did not like it. There is one question that I want to answer. Have you seen someone doing a wheelie on a Grizzly? Question. Please do not do wheelies on these bikes. These are not BMX bikes. These are very heavy bikes, so they're not designed to do wheelies. I'm not saying they're gonna fail. I'm just saying if things go wrong, they will go badly. So please do not do wheelies.
Yeah, that's a heavy bike.
It's 103 pounds. Like if a 103-pound bike falls on you, it'll break something.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt. It's not gonna feel too good. This is a cool question. Since you guys do have the display, I don't know if there's an option to add a passcode or a security feature for the Grizzly.
So on the Grizzly,
you have,
even on your Grizzly, you can put a passcode on the screen and
Oh.
not allow other people to access to it. You have to go to the advanced settings. For the X Class, next year's models will have that functionality as well.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, the features from the Grizzly. Okay, I didn't even know that was on there. Thanks for letting me know. That's so cool.
I'll FaceTime you to show you.
I learned something new every day.
He's behind me saying, I miss my D-Class. What happened to your D-Class, Rob? I thought you still had it.
Yeah, where'd it go? Let's get some more help from our house so we can pump these orders out faster. I need my bike.
If you can find people, please send them over to our way. We need more help.
Right? Will there be a version 3 Grizzly ever?
No. So the current Grizzly is going to stay as is for next year. We're not planning on any changes for now.
And why the change from the 750 to the 1000? Was that just having a hard time sourcing the motors, the 750s?
It's not. So we wanted Grizzly to be a little bit more special than all of our different models, and we always wanted to do that, but we were not able to do it for a while. We were not able to source 1,000-watt motors. So when the opportunity presented itself, when Bafang and us, we decided to cooperate together and make specific motors for us. We couldn't miss that chance. It was just too good of a chance to miss.
Awesome.
Let's see. The D-Class batteries. So we have restocked them. We just received the restock of it recently. We're going to put it on the website, I believe, next week. And then we have more coming at the end of this year as well. So if you cannot get it next week, at the end of this year, we'll have more.
This guy says, I have a Rad Rover and get stairs from pedal bikes unless I pedal my bike. Can the Ariel Rider be pedaled comfortably around pedal bikes for a 6-foot-tall person?
So, David, if you can let me know which model are you referring to, that would be a much easier question, because most of the models, their geometries are very different. So if I say yes or no, that's going to be a lie. So please know which model you're referring to.
I can tell you with the Grizzly, I'm almost 6 foot. I'm about 5'11", almost really close to 6 feet. But I've pedaled this bike with no power for 20 miles straight in one day, and I
wouldn't want to do that. I
didn't really.
I wouldn't want to do that.
It wasn't bad at all. Yeah, but I noticed if you taller people, if you get an extended seat, you can always sit a little bit further back and kind of get a little bit.
Absolutely.
Further on your pedal, I guess.
Let's see. Sometimes asking how long are the wait times now if I reorder the Grizzly. At the end of this year, you'll receive it. Someone is asking Is there plans to inform us? I'm in the 1100. So I don't know which model you're referring to, so I cannot give an answer to that question. Sorry about that. Oh, Easyheimer sold it and he regrets it every day.
Oh,
You're gonna have to get one more then, Rob. I did join the groups, just wanted to hear what Arda liked. I don't get the question there. Please keep the Speedy Grizzly away from the Grinch call. We'll do that.
yeah, that's the Grinch almost killed me last year.
So, hey, can you convert the cost to Canadian dollars for the Grizzly? If you go to our website from Canada, it'll give you the prices in Canadian dollars. So whatever you see there with the shipping and everything, that'll be in Canadian dollars. So you can refer there.
Use code Shreddie A over there. No, I'm just kidding. Still code Shreddie.
Will you make a D-Class version 2 with shocks? No, that's what Grizzly is there for. So
yeah.
to make it the version 2 of D-Class.
Right. This is a D-Class version too.
When are you going to get batteries for 52-volt X classes? They're actually at the port. We're just waiting for the container release, and they have been there. So you're gonna have to ask that to Tacoma Ports Authority.
I'm gonna have to go there myself and get them out of there for you guys.
Yeah, let me know how that goes.
Right.
Any chance you can share if there will be another dual motor battery model next year, or will Grizzly hold? I can tell you that right away. There's no Grizzly is going to be in that lane. Grizzly is going to be the only bike, so there's not going to be something new. Ooh, what's up? 6'4".
Let's restock that long saddle.
I'm doing my best. By the end of this, we'll have different sorts of different kinds of saddles. So we're going to be able to accommodate a much higher range of heights. So we're waiting for them as well.
This is a good question, Easyheimer. I would love to see this too.
So I actually, I don't know if I should send him. I actually have a photo from back in the day when I was in China. I decorated one of my e-bikes with like Christmas lights and the ornaments and everything, and wore full-on Santa costume, and I was riding around Shanghai all night like that and giving out
what?
Some people thought that I was creepy, but it was a lot of fun. I do have photos of it. I'll post it.
Can we get a repost of that on the Ariel Rider
Instagram? Done and done. I'll do it.
There's pedal assist on a Grizzly. There's up to 9 levels. You can change it up to 9 levels between 5 and 9.
Yes. John and Carol, about the long saddle refunds, they're going to start next week, just so you know, because we have not everyone has responded yet. So the deadline is, we'll push the deadline to this Friday. So after that, next week, it's all going to be done. Is it 2022 new color for the Grizzly orange root beer? I do not know. Who knows? We'll see.
May have a few colors. You never know.
Yes. What was your favorite lock to use on Grizzly? I'm a fan of the Kryptonite locks, but I don't know what you use, Shreddie.
That's what I got right here, a Kryptonite. I forget the name of this one, but I have a Kryptonite, and I also use a foldy lock. And on top of that, I have a GPS tracker that I always bring on my bikes.
You should.
I don't want anybody taking them.
I mean, one thing that I always say is, like, people ask, how can I avoid theft? When you park, take your batteries with you. That's number one. Because we do not, as a company, we do not sell parts of the bikes to random people. We check the serial number first. So there has been many cases where we can actually find the stolen bike for the customer. So as long as you have the battery with you, you can be sure that that person who stole your bike is going to contact us to buy a new battery. So that's how we can find them.
Okay, that's awesome. I think we touched on the mid-drive setup already, right? Would Ariel Rider build a mid-drive setup for their e-bikes? Prior to starting the company, were you an e-bike rider? That's a good question.
Yes, I was. As I said, so I was introduced to electric bikes in China, and first I started with electric scooters, and then I slowly moved into electric bikes. So yeah, I was definitely an electric bike rider. That was my daily commuter in China.
Brake Killer Kicks wants a black version of the Grizzly. I mean, you can always wrap it with some vinyl, wrap it with vinyl, plasti dip it,
Speaking of that, I want to add one thing. Some of our customers are wrapping the batteries, please do not do that, because the batteries are designed in a way that they dissipate the heat through that tube. So if you essentially you are shortening the life cycle of the battery and the performance of it. So do not wrap the battery with anything.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Good to know.
Yeah.
Thoughts on the cycle satiator charger? I guess that's
so
the one
that
I
one,
have.
yeah, I need to like, I cannot say yes or no because that depends on the products. There are some of them that we have tried, which are good. Some of them we did not. So I cannot give it an exact answer because I don't want to say yes or no to a product that I have not tried.
Right. I wish I could send you mine. The one I have is from Grin Technology. The thing
Yeah.
is built solid, man.
Yeah,
It's
cool.
really nice. All YouTube videos show the V52 price at $20.99. On your website, it shows $21.99.
Yeah. So that is before those videos are before July, because that's when we increase our prices, and we announced this about a month and a half before on our website so that people would know when it's increasing. So that's why the price difference is there. Those videos are prior to pricing.
A lot of people want colors on the bikes.
They're coming. Just be patient. They're coming. I promise you.
Yeah. Hey, make sure if you guys are interested in a bike from Ariel Rider, use code Shreddie.
You save $50.
$50. Surprisingly, the D-Class is comfortable to ride, even without the rear shocks. The fat tires take a lot of the bumps along the very comfortable saddle that comes with the bike. Yeah, like even letting a little bit of air out of your tires kind of gives you that little spring on there.
Yeah, definitely. Depends on the roads in your city, though. If it's like if there are too many potholes, definitely I can see why it might not be comfortable. But in most cases, the fat tires absorb most of the uneven road, let's say.
Skydome said, I got 2 batteries for my D-Class with basket and rear tail guard. Took it to St. Pete Beach, Florida last Saturday. That's awesome, dude. I hope you enjoyed that ride. Will the Grizzly have a Black Friday recolor?
No.
Guys, you can wrap the bikes.
I mean, it's a great red and black.
Yeah, I love the colors.
Yeah. I mean, it's the paste, so you cannot argue with it. But there will be new colors next year, not in Black Friday, definitely. Does D-Class have regen? No, none of our models have regenerative braking. I'm definitely interested in buying the Grizzly, but want to know that I will get exercise in addition to fun use and throttle. I mean, I think, Shreddie, you can answer that question better than I do.
What do you say? I'm definitely interested in buying the Grizzly, but I want to know if I will get exercise in addition to fun using the throttle. Dude, you can put it either on pedal assist 1, get a great exercise, turn it off. You got 7 gears to go through on this thing. So like I said earlier, I don't know if you were in the chat, David, I went 20 miles with a power off, and I got a great workout that day. When I got to a point where I was just like, all right, I can't pedal anymore. Like, I am tired. I turned on the throttle and just went full throttle all the way back home. So, yeah, you can definitely get a workout. And what's great about it, if you do get too tired and you're still far from home, crank on your batteries and you can get home easy and quick and not be super duper tired. So, yeah, you can definitely get a workout.
This brake killer kicks. That one, let me answer that. I purchased my D-Class through an authorized seller. How that rates it for warranty? Great question. If you have purchased it through an authorized seller, just send us the invoice and which shows the date and your name and phone number, and we're good. Just send us an email.
This guy wants to know if there's any way to get rid of throttle delay on the X-Class 48 volt.
Yeah, that's a good question. Some people are annoyed by it. We will address that next year with an option. So people who bought their X-Class before that will be able to change that as well if they want.
Oh, awesome. So I think the reason behind having a little bit of throttle delay, so people don't do like the whiskey throttle, it's not as jerky.
Yeah, that's definitely the reason, because that also puts a lot of stress on the dropouts of the bike as well, because you are putting a huge torque all of a sudden. So that was the whole reason. But I do understand it's annoying for some of the riders, and we're going to provide that option to get rid of it as well.
Shield said, "Can we get fewer logos on the Grizzly?" Like I said, you could just wrap the logos. Come on,
Yes, it's
guys.
gonna be no for now, but I understand where you come from. What are some compliments you can give to your biggest competitors? I love
Man.
this question. Thank you.
Yeah.
I can, not as a competitor, but I can give a few great information about people like the companies in my industry. Rad Power, incredible company, great products and great customer service. Super 73, great designs, perfect designs. I mean, there are lots of, one thing that people ask to our team or me is like, so what do you think about this bike? What do you think about that bike? I never talk bad about people in my industry ever, but I always give one advice to all of my potential buyers. Let's say these are electric bikes, these are mechanical things. Things are going to break, no matter what whoever says like our bikes do not break, they're lying. They're gonna break. So wherever you buy your bike from, just do your research. Make sure the company has some sort of a track record, so that next year when things go bad, you know that that company is gonna still be there for you to buy parts or get service from. So that's the only advice that I can give.
Here's John Doe. If I get a new long saddle on my Grizzly, can you make an attachment so I could put a basket on the back?
No, the reason is then the bike actually becomes very unstable. This is a full suspension bike, so if you put the long saddle, that's where the bike actually ends, the frame ends. And then you're putting a rear rack on top of it and then put a load on it, then the bike becomes very back heavy. Then it's going to be completely off balance. The bike is going to be completely off balance, and it's going to be actually not safe to ride. So that is a no.
Okay. I would think you probably need a new controller and any way to upgrade my 48 X class to a 52 volt.
No, the reason is you're going to need to change the whole cabling, the whole controllers, the motor, everything is going to need to be changed. And quite frankly, it's going to cost you more than selling your bike and buying an X52. So
Right.
recommend if you want to do that, just go with that way.
Oop, I skipped through a lot of stuff. Loon, what's going on, brother? Good to see you in here. Do you plan on doing any bash guards for the Grizzly for any kind of off-road riding?
Not at the moment, but it's actually a good idea.
Yeah.
Definitely something to think about. The trouble with the bash guards on the Grizzly is a full suspension, so it is a little bit more difficult on those ones, but I'll definitely consider it. Thank you.
Can I get a D-class saddle for my X-class?
No, so the X-class saddle and D-class saddles, they're not interchangeable. The connection points are different, so that would not fit.
I think the recolor is next year, right? So the recolor is this year or next year?
This year there won't be any new colors. Next season, next spring, you can expect some new colors.
This guy said I would buy a yellow Grizzly. He wants the Bumblebee Grizzly.
On the grids, do you recommend using both batteries at the same time rather than one at a time? I mean, definitely, so that you can actually use both of the batteries at the same level. I would recommend using that so that you will have more performance for longer, but it all depends on your preference. Just make sure that both of the batteries are on the bike. Don't take one out and ride it. That's my only thing to say.
This guy signed up for the Ariel Rider newsletter. When will there be a notice sent out about Black Friday sales? I guess the closer it gets there.
The closer you are to the Black Friday, the more you can expect it.
Right.
We're not going to do it a month before. I can tell you that. It's probably going to be like a week or 10 days before.
This guy's just joining now. How long of a wait for the Grizzly if you ordered it right now?
End of the year. December 20th is the foreseen shipping date at the moment.
I think you already answered this one, right? Yeah.
I did answer.
If I get a Grizzly, will I get hot chicks?
Yes.
I think you will.
Yes.
If I like the Bandit or the Grizzly better. I mean, each of these bikes has their own place for me. Like the Bandit, it's a bike that's meant to be registered. It's a moped. It's meant to be a moped. It's meant to have a tag on the back. I'm actually getting a registration. I'm getting it registered. I'm just waiting for the little plaque I got to put on there. But and then this one for me is more like of a trail rider, getting on the walking paths. I feel like with the Bandit having the turning signals and just it looks more like a moped. I wouldn't be riding that anywhere like on the walking trails. And again, this I take it on the beach and in the woods. But yeah, this is I would say the Bandit is more of my like go out from A to point B if I'm going pretty far because I got the dual batteries on it. And I can get a tag and I can ride on the street with traffic. And then this is my I'm gonna go out and have fun and just rip around.
Nice.
So I feel like all my bikes have their place in
Yeah,
my
I mean
riding.
that's why it was difficult when you asked me like which one's your favorite. They all have a different function.
Exactly. Are you going to build a 72 volt, 40 amp hour, 3000?
I mean, you're better off buying a motorcycle at that point. No,
Right.
we're not going to do that.
You got to get that
Honestly,
one tagged as a motorcycle.
72 volt and 3000 watts, 40 amp hour battery is not going to be enough. So
No.
you're going to
always need more amp hours. The Grizzly is a chick magnet, definitely. They said a basket on the front of the Grizzly would offset the rack on the back. I've never seen anybody put a baskets on the front there.
because we don't have that accessory yet, but it is in the works.
Okay. How long would the extended seat remain back in order? You got super excited to carry a passenger on some light rides. You better hop on it as soon as you see it come out.
So we don't take that back orders right now, but in 2 months we're gonna actually have received the stocks, and we're gonna have hopefully more than enough. So we're not gonna have stock anxiety. Hopefully that's the plan, but we'll let you know.
Fun question of both of you. Easyheimer's been asking this. How do you eat an Oreo? Damn, I haven't had an Oreo in a while, but I do eat the middle first.
Yes, is there any other way? And then you dip the rest into milk.
Right.
Preferably some warmer milk. Yeah, that's how you eat it.
I use oat milk.
No. All right, let's see. Any plans on blinker kits for the Grizzly? You can expect blinker kits for all of the models. It is in the works. Next season, we're going to release that as well.
That's awesome. That was a good question. In the future, will I be able to buy spare tires, not just inner tubes, but the tire themselves, or do you recommend buying new tires from a different company?
So, great question. So the issue is right now we actually do have stocks for the tires, but the problem is shipping is very expensive right now. So I cannot compete with most of the Amazon prices, let's say. So that's why we don't advertise it right now. But if you want to buy it and you are ready to pay the shipping fee, absolutely just send an email and team will be more than happy to assist you. We do have stocks.
Awesome. This one's for me. Why is everybody giving me thumbs down? If you don't like the show, don't watch cartoons. Hey, you're not doing it right if you don't have any haters, man. You love your haters.
You have to have it. Yeah, if you're doing something wrong if you don't have any haters.
Exactly. Kids, where to
In the Grizzly transport on the Hollywood racks that is designed for fat tire bikes. I wanted to specifically answer to this. No, I love Hollywood racks, but Grizzly is more than their weight capacity. We are actually working with a company locally here. They are releasing a new rack specific for heavier fat tire bikes. Hopefully, we'll be able to release it on our website in a few months.
Awesome. Any plans for an Ariel Rider tandem bike? Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
But it'll be cool, but also like, have you ever ridden a tandem bike on the back? It's not fun. You don't see anything. You don't see the back of the person in front of you. So that's going to be a hard no for me. Do you have any customers that are age 60 plus? We have a lot of customers who are 60 plus, 70 plus, and even 80 plus. So please join our Facebook group. On Facebook, we have a group called Ariel Rider Owners, and then you'll meet a lot of people who are over 60 there and still very active.
Arda, I know you're sick of us asking, but those of us in the 9XXs to the 11 Are those on U.S. soil yet?
I don't know by heart which one is here, which one is not, but I can put it this way. I have a few hundred of them that are being released from the port next week. Hopefully your order is there and we can ship it right away.
And we talked earlier about that, Big Mon. There's not going to be a version 3 for the Grizzly.
Yes, no.
Shreddie, when are you coming back to Jersey on a group ride? Oh, good question, because we're actually, you should come here to Lewis. We're doing a Halloween group ride here on the 23rd. So guys, mark your calendars. I'm going to start posting stuff about that here soon. Thank you for asking that question, though. Oh, this is a good question too. Is it easy to hook up a trailer to the back of one of these so they can pull their dog?
So I love this
child.
The reason why I love this question is please do not use trailers which are hooked to the axle. The reason is since these are hub motors, there's lots of vibration there and the nuts can get loose easier. As long as you get a trailer that is attached to the dropouts, like the frame side, you're fine. Okay. You can absolutely do it.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, let's skip that.
Okay. Passenger seat to carry my new hot chicks. 2 months. Just give us 2 months and we'll have more seats.
Can I use my Super 73 5-inch wide tires on the X class? Well, will 5-inch 20 by 5s?
5-inch would not fit to the rear dropout. 4.5 would, but 5-inch wouldn't.
Check out the Hyper Rack, guys. Is it? Oh, Hyper Racks rack. Okay, I haven't seen that one yet. Need a passenger seat to carry the hot chicks.
Yeah, that's what I read. Yeah.
Okay.
Any plans for a ride 3-wheel trike? My wife still cannot ride a bike. So this is actually a great question. I can be honest, there's nothing in the works, but I do passionately want to make a 3-wheel bike, a trike. The reason is some people, as we get older, we lose our balance more and more. So it's going to be very useful for those people. Plus, for commercial use cases, I think a trike is always more useful. So in the future, I want to work on it, but right now it's not a priority.
That would be cool to see though in the future. That'd be fun. This is a good question from Shield actually. Any plans on expanding into other PEVs like scooters, EUCs, or electric skateboards?
Great question again. No, the reason is I'm very knowledgeable about bicycles, electric bicycles specifically. If I just go into randomly to electric skateboards, I'm not a skateboard rider. Like I cannot skateboard for the life of me, first of all. So I cannot produce a product that I cannot test myself. I cannot say like, oh, this is a good skateboard, but I'm like, right. I cannot do it. So no plans for now. Mopeds, maybe perhaps like scooters, mopeds, perhaps, but unicycles and skateboards, definitely no, because I have bad balance as well and I cannot ride them. So probably not.
Can the Grizzly be lifted into the back of a Honda CR-V SUV? I've stuck the Grizzly in the back of Marv's. He's got I forget the name of it's a Porsche SUV. And yeah, if you lay the seats down, just.
If it's in like worst case is on CRV, since I tried, I know you're going to pull the handlebars down a little bit at the angle and it fits actually, so you can fit it in.
Is the shipping date for the X Class 52 still on track for October 25th?
25th. I mean, I would need to know the order number, but for now, I think we are on track. I mean, the weekly updates, the early October update is going out tomorrow. I don't know the exact situation, but they will let you know with the update tomorrow.
Folding bike, that's a good question. We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, for now, no. Folding bike, that's a completely different ball game, and there are very great companies in the market who are producing amazing bikes, folding bikes. That's not in the plans for now.
Here's for the shorter people, all you little guys out there. Do you have any shorter bikes with lower seats for shorter girls or shorter people?
Some stuff are in the works, so I'll just say that. Please wait until next morning. We'll release some stuff for that.
Awesome. This is a funny question. So do you like that song "Bicycle Race" by Queen? Bicycle, I want that. You know what we're talking
Yes,
about.
I mean exactly that song like hits home every time I hear it.
He said it's his theme song, waiting for the grizzly. If I don't get any hot chicks, is there a money back guarantee? You're gonna get
No,
the
but
hot chicks, my bro.
no money back guarantee, but please do send an email. I'll definitely send you a bottle of whiskey. It helps with it, these kind of cases.
Oh, I hate when it skips up. What is better, a hub motor or a mid drive for a build on a e-bike from zero?
So
I guess
that
it
depends
depends on.
on your usage case,
Yeah.
essentially. The mid drives definitely have higher torque and they're more energy efficient than all. But if you want to accelerate faster and go faster, they cannot reach to hub motors. Hub motors are always faster. So that all depends on your usage case. If you're planning to pedal more and you don't care about the max speed, go for a mid drive. If you want the speed and you can throttle more, hub drive.
This is a good question. Is it safe to flip these bikes upside down and work on them?
This is a great question, and I actually have a funny story about this. Years ago, I had my chain coming off from my bike, so I turned the bike on the road, putting the chain back on, and then I completely forgot that the screen was actually touching to the ground, and it turned on. And if you press and hold the minus button, it actually activates the walking mode. And as I'm putting the chain back onto the free wheel, it caught my fingers, and they almost snapped off. So as long as the battery is not on the bike, yes, you can turn it upside down and work on it. Please do not forget to take the battery off. I'm happy to still have my fingers there, but I lost sensation on the tips. So
oh my goodness, that's crazy. So you could have literally lost a whole finger.
Oh yeah, it was like a Final Destination scene, like from the movie Final Destination. I'm like, I can watch my fingers being chopped right now, but there's nothing I can do because it's in the chain.
It's just going through, yeah. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Yeah, and taking out the batteries makes it even lighter to flip it too. So
yeah, exactly.
Oh my, that was a good question, man. I definitely like that question. Hope to get a grizzly soon. Thanks for doing this video. Tactical Z, thanks for that comment, man. July 19th orders.
July 19th is my birthday, first of all.
Happy
belated birthday.
Happy birthday, like way months ago.
Yeah, let me see from Luigi. I don't have the list in front of me, but if you send us an email tomorrow or tonight with your order number, we can assist you. I'll put a note here and definitely make sure to check it.
Have you ever used a solar generator or a portable power station to charge any of your e-bikes, like on the go at all?
Portable power stations, yes, I definitely have used, and they're great products out there. For the solar generators, there's so the systems in the market, some of them are great, and some of them do not give proper voltage, a stable voltage, so you can actually damage the battery. So that's why I am staying away from the solar generators. I don't think the technology is there yet. But portable power stations, there are some great options. But to be fair, if you're gonna fork out that much money, you may as well just buy a second battery.
Totally, totally agree with that. Oh, this is a good question. Because any optional handlebars? Oh, no way!
Yeah, there are a few different handlebar options for X-Class and Grizzly are coming.
What are they going to look like? Could you tell us, or is it a secret?
For the X-Class, we are going to have raised like a little bit higher handlebars, and for the Grizzly, we're going to have a little bit lower ones.
Awesome. Might have to get one of those for some Mod Mondays.
Yeah. Any plans for a step-through version of the X-Class? I specifically want to answer to that. Yes, we are actually going to be releasing something thereabouts next season, next spring.
Oh, awesome.
It's been produced, and we're going to launch it soon.
That's cool. Good question, Marley. Freddie Mercury, hell yeah.
Thank you that this is informative. You're all healthy and safe. Thank you, Ace.
Thank you. My Grizzly ships the first week in December. Any tips for using the first time in the snow, or should I wait until spring?
Don't wait. That's where the Grizzly is gonna shine. Do not wait.
Yeah.
you probably didn't catch the beginning of this stream, but as long as you clean your drivetrain after riding it in snow, because there's going to be salt on the roads, you're safe. Ride it in the snow. Don't forget to wear a helmet. Be safe and have fun.
Yeah, you can always, if you're going to be riding in deep snow, let a little bit of air of the tires, and it'll grip a
Done.
little
Yeah.
bit
I
better.
mean, 2 or 3 years ago here in Seattle, it snowed a lot, and all of the roads were closed. And I was living on the main road, and let me put it this way: my neighbors were actually skiing on the road, so everything was shut down. And the cars got stuck on the road, whereas I got on my D class. Back in the day, we had the D class only as an all-wheel drive, and I was just like going uphill without any problems. And cars were actually just watching me and like cheering me. So that's where these all-wheel drive bikes shine. So please use it in snow.
That's awesome. I really cannot wait to try the all-wheel drive in the snow. I haven't done it yet. Oh, the handlebars are next year, right?
Yeah, they are in spring. I heard a rumor all X-Class models will start coming with a Rusty Road stuffed animal. Rob, we were keeping it as a secret. No, damn it.
That would be cute. Oh, this guy says, "Oh my God, July 19th is my younger brother's birthday too. I will definitely send you an email. Thanks, Arda."
Oh, thank you.
I love the Grizzlies. So do chicks. I can guarantee that. That's how I got D. No.
Got myself a Navy Rider hat and a chain cleaner. Perfect. Yeah, I mean, chain cleaner is something that I definitely recommend everyone. If you don't have access to it or if you don't want to spend the money, just get an old cleaning brush and brush that chain after you use it in snow or in sand.
Oh, this guy says he's a snowmaker. That John Carroll said, "I'm a snowmaker. That's why I asked about the snow." Nice. So you can get the early snow then.
This is the bike in aluminum. Yeah, all of the bikes are 6061 aluminum. They are heat treated T4 and T6 for extra strength. So all of the frames are aluminum. Yeah.
Awesome. Shout out to Mason Jagat. Yeah, that's my homie. I'm surprised he's not in a stream. He reps the Grizzly hard too. Mason and Splices. Both of those guys are awesome.
I'm offended that they're not here.
I'm surprised, man. I'm hoping to make it out there to Seattle and hang out with you guys sometime.
Come in spring. Like now, our rainy season has started. It's going to be depressing until March, I would say. So do not come until then.
It literally like rains every day there.
I mean, even if it doesn't rain, the days are very short. Most days I get to the office when it's dark and I leave the office when it's dark. Not that I'm working very long hours, but at 4 o'clock when it is dark outside, that's what happens. So it's a little bit sad. It's a little bit rough. Let me put it this way: there's a mood lighting here, so when it's gray outside, I can like get in the fake sun and on the desk.
Right, make it feel like it's sunny out. Oh, that's so crazy. So you must go to sunny places for vacation then, right?
I think in winter, everyone in Seattle goes at least once to somewhere sunny.
Dev Thomas is going hard on this. If it wasn't for the Grizzly, he'd still be a virgin. It got him laid, man.
Same. Hashtag same.
That's awesome. I think we're going to answer a few more questions here, Arda.
Right.
Thank you for hanging out, man. I don't know if you want to hang out a little bit longer or whatever.
Slowly we can wrap it up. I have another meeting with my brother in a bit.
Okay. All-wheel drive, what did they say? All-wheel drive, dual motor step through would be nice, yeah. If I ride out in the rain, wear aerials on my bike, would you recommend a cover?
You don't need to cover anything when you're riding it. After you ride it, just clean the chain wheel and you're fine. Do not submerge the bike in water. One part that you have to pay extra attention is the pins on the battery, both on the battery and the battery rail. Make sure that they don't get wet and you're fine.
Awesome. All right, I think we're going to wrap that up because Arda does have a meeting. Arda, thank you so much for coming and hanging out on the channel. Hopefully you can come back again and we can update people on everything and on these new bikes, new handlebars and everything coming up. Guys, thank you guys so much for all the questions. Thank you guys for hanging out. And again, to support the channel, check out the link for Ariel Rider. Use code Shreddie, save $50 on your purchase. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button if you're not subscribed yet. And I guess we will see you guys on the next ride. Arda,
thank you for having me. Bye.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot. We'll see you soon.